in my absence, and we'll move to the General Manager's report. Mr. General Manager.
Thank you, Mr. President, board members. Ridership, just over 8 million rides taken in August compared to 2008. That's about a 4.4% decline. Again, during August of 2008, that was construction on the steel bridge for the Green Line in 3-week period. Obviously, that affected people. And also was reflected in probably a little bit higher rates of ridership than the economy would support. Overall, weekly system-wide trips on buses with MAX totaled 1.8 million trips in August, overall, we are seeing again the continued effects of the economy on our ridership. Obviously, the opening of the Green Line, which occurred on September 12th, and thank you, members who were able to be there for that. On that first day, over 40,000 trips on Saturday were taken. That is a lot of trips, number one, but it also occurred really between 11:30 a.m. and later on that day, so they didn't even have a whole day. The ridership on the first full weekday on Monday was 17,800 trips. That is a strong number. We are expecting before the economic downturn, original projections would have said by the end of the first full year, and we're not, obviously this is day one rather than day 365, to be about 25,000 rides. So again, very respectable levels of 17,800 trips taken on that, and we're just monitoring very closely. We do understand that by calls to various of our trip planning efforts and others, that a lot of people are still kind of feeling their way into how to make this line work for them. And our park and ride lots still have adequate space at each of them, so the opportunities does exist. We are obviously very excited about the celebration. And some of you signed that celebration banner. I know, Bob, you did, and it ultimately will be presented to Clackamas County as a part of their first light rail line. So I'd also like to be able to say a special thanks to all of the Trident staff who made that opening possible. They seem to come off flawless, but it's only because there's an incredible amount of effort, and we really appreciate the community that had at each station on the Green Line on I-205 different ways to be able to celebrate, and that was very, very good. Lastly, we'd like to be able to recognize that we were very fortunate to be able to have FTA Administrator Peter Rogoff out here for the event, and he obviously spoke very glowingly about our service and our region, so that was nice to be able to see. Second, Board Member Williams was able to attend the ribbon cutting for our 4th Transit Police Precinct that opened on the Thursday before the opening of the Green Line, just 2 days before that. It's located at the first floor of the Clackamas Town Center parking garage. It really is a chance to be able to have the police presence, not just their ability to easily access the train platform, which they can, but it also just has the physically visible presence of police activity and police cars right there at the platform. We find that to be very, very important. This project was funded through federal stimulus dollars. That is actually taking the unbuilt out space. There were two spaces for potential retail activity at the base of the parking garage. This is taking one of those spaces and building it out to our needs for that police precinct, utilizing federal stimulus dollars. We've also used federal stimulus dollars. If you've been in the downtown core area, you've seen construction along both Morrison and Yamhill between 2nd and 11th, not on the track area, but nearby those intersections which had essentially deteriorated over many years since the opening of the line in 1986. Really allowed us to be able to repair those intersections. It also allowed us to be able to accomplish some improvements along Jefferson and Columbia for some of the buses that were going on those streets. So we're very pleased with that. Again, those are federal stimulus dollars employing people who would not otherwise be working or be about to be able to be laid off. This last Sunday was one of our busiest Sundays of the year. It always is, with the Race for the Cure. We had a max service to meet the ridership, and it had 29,000 more trips than the previous Sunday. So it gives you some sense of how many people utilize our service to be able to go ahead and make use of it to be able to get to that very large event. You've probably seen in the news that with the arrest of the potential, at least charged with terrorist activity and concern about whether or not that was an effort to be able to set off explosives on the New York subway, the Transportation Security Administration has advised all transit agencies, as well as, by the way, stadiums and hotels, to be particularly vigilant. We are, in fact, utilizing additional security checks with our K-9 units that are there for bomb detection, and that is randomly happening on our system. There is no specific threat that is alerted here for this region. It's just a general concern that what was found, at least in another part of the nation, made the TSA advise all transit properties to be able to be vigilant. Each of you have in front of you a new agency fact sheet that talks about ridership and all. It's a handy guide just to give you kind of quick facts to be able to address questions that you might get when you're out there in the community. Also, you have a copy that has the new artwork that was developed as a part of the Green Line opening, and hope you will find that to be useful. Lastly, there are two things, pardon me. One is all board members are invited to awards, general manager awards that will occur next week on Tuesday. It's from 10 to 11:30 at our center garage. This is really a chance to be able to recognize our top performing employees throughout all ranks, and if there's a chance you can make it, we'd love to see you there. Lastly, just board schedule. Next meeting will be our regular board meeting, not a board briefing, but our regular board meeting on Wednesday, October 28th. And we'll be looking forward to seeing you then.
Great. Thanks, Fred.
Greg?
Sure.
Fred, so I know we have the resolution about the property on Southeast 17th for the Milwaukee Light Rail Line. There's also a letter here about a piece of property on Southeast 12th Avenue, and so just want to, this was only a week ago, so
yes.
Just want to be kept informed of where that is proceeding, how that is proceeding.
We will. That's typical. We end up having these types of discussions. The letter from the law firm on behalf of that property really says, let's get on with this now. The discussion, there's still design issues that are at hand there. They indicate that they will not be able to have the kind of access and may even lose some of their property. I don't think we have made final. I'll look at Dan. Final conclusions. These are still, or John. These are still negotiations that are underway. Lots of work yet to be done. So yes, we will keep you informed.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions of General Manager? So Beth?